Alright, tell me if this sounds familiar. You finally get into bed, exhausted, ready to pass out, and then, bam, your brain suddenly decides it's time to relive every embarrassing moment since kindergarten. Or maybe you're lying there, wide awake, scrolling through your phone, reading about how lack of sleep can shorten your lifespan, which, ironically, makes it even harder to sleep. Yep, we've all been there. But what if I told you that there are simple, science-backed tricks that can help you fall asleep almost instantly with no sheep counting required? And no, I'm not about to suggest herbal teas or meditation, because let's be real, if those worked for you, you wouldn't be here right now. Instead, I'm going to share 7 proven hacks that can literally reprogram your brain for sleep, including one weird technique used by fighter pilots to fall asleep anywhere and anytime. And trust me, if it works for people literally trained to survive combat, it can work for you too. So if you want to fall asleep faster than your phone battery dies, stick around, because tip number 1 is a game changer. Here's the deal, your brain isn't a light switch. You can't go from TikTok binge to deep sleep in 5 seconds. That's like expecting a car to go from 100 miles per hour to a full stop instantly, it just doesn't happen. So instead, scientists recommend a 90-minute wind-down period before bed. Studies show that gradually reducing stimulation, dimming the lights, avoiding screens, and doing something boring, signals to your brain that it's time to shut down. And no, scrolling through Instagram does not count as winding down. Your phone's blue light tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime, making sleep nearly impossible. Instead, try a relaxing bedtime routine, audiobooks, light stretching, or listening to a podcast that doesn't make you laugh so hard you wake up your neighbors. Okay, remember when I said fighter pilots use a weird trick to fall asleep anywhere? Well, this is it. The US military developed this technique to help soldiers fall asleep in any environment, even on a battlefield. Here's how it works. Firstly, relax your face completely, let your forehead, jaw, and even your tongue go limp. Next, drop your shoulders, arms, and hands like you're a marionette with its strings cut. Then breathe out slowly and imagine yourself in a calm, peaceful place, like floating on a raft, or in a cozy cabin with rain tapping on the roof. And finally, if thoughts pop up, because let's be honest, they will, repeat this phrase in your head: don't think, don't think, don't think. Results? Supposedly, 96% of people who use this method correctly fall asleep within 2 minutes, which is probably faster than it takes you to find the skip ad button on YouTube. Ever find yourself lying in bed, suddenly remembering that one cringy thing you did 10 years ago? Or maybe your brain thinks now is the perfect time to mentally draft an email you're not even sending until next week. Well, science has a trick for that. It's called the 10-second rule. It works like this: firstly, the moment your brain starts spiraling into overthinking, catch yourself and redirect your focus to your breath. Next, take a slow, deep breath in for just 4 seconds, hold for 2 seconds, then breathe out for another 4 seconds. Then repeat for just 10 seconds. That's literally it. Why it works? Your brain can't focus on breathing and panicking at the same time, it has to pick one. And lucky for you, breathing always wins. Quick question: have you ever woken up at 3 a.m. feeling like a rotisserie chicken? Yeah, turns out, your body needs to cool down to fall asleep. Science says the ideal sleep temperature is 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 to 19 degrees Celsius, but let's be real, most of us are sleeping in rooms that feel like the inside of a microwave. How to fix it? 1. Set your thermostat lower. 2. Use breathable cotton sheets. 3. Take a warm shower before bed. Believe it or not, this makes your body cool down faster. Okay, this one is gonna sound crazy, but hear me out. If you can't sleep, tell yourself to stay awake. It's called paradoxical intention, and it tricks your brain into sleeping faster. Here's why it works. Normally, when we force ourselves to sleep, it backfires. But when we pretend we don't care, our brain stops fighting it, and boom, we're out. If counting sheep doesn't work, try counting breaths, but in a very specific way. How to do it? Breathe in through your nose for just 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Exhale slowly for 8 seconds. Why it works. This slows your heart rate, calms your nervous system, and helps you pass out faster than a dad on the couch after Thanksgiving dinner. Last but not least, if you're lying in bed for more than 20 minutes, wide awake, get up. Why? Because your brain is like a toddler, it needs clear boundaries. If you keep tossing and turning, your brain starts associating your bed with stress instead of sleep. Instead, get up and do something boring, like reading a dictionary. Keep the lights dim. Once you feel sleepy, go back to bed. Alright, let's recap. The top 7 science-backed sleep tricks are: 1. 90-minute wind down. 2. Military sleep method. 3. 10-second rule for overthinking. 4. Lower room temperature. 5. Reverse psychology trick. 6. 4, 7 and 8 breathing. 7. Get out of bed if you can't sleep. Try them out, and let me know in the comments which one works best for you. And if all else fails, just ask a history teacher to read you a textbook.